What is up? It's your ruthless, toothless, angry OG dirty nerd Brick Hardcastle. I hope you are doing wonderful today. And I just wanted to start off by saying last week I dropped my first video in 8 years, and that video was the culmination of 44 years of being a nerd and loving just a whole bunch of geeky stuff. And the response I've gotten to it has been nothing short of amazing and breathtaking to me. To all of those that checked it out, I truly appreciate you so very much. To those that have reached out to me and commented on it and told me their thoughts, thank you very much. It was a deeply personal story, and I didn't know if I was ready to share it, but I'm glad I did, and it's the reason why I'm here today. So moving forward, I guess what can you expect from this channel? What can you expect from me as far as making videos go? I have plans, and of course, after I dropped the video, I started working on another one, and the next day I received a concussion, because that's my luck. That's just the way things happen to me. So if I am a little slurry, it's not that I've had too much to drink, it's maybe that I just haven't had enough to drink. But that's why I haven't uploaded since the last video. It's been well over a week, and I plan to do at least multiple videos a week from here on out. And they're going to be reactions, commentary, reviews, just all things nerdy. That's what I plan to do with this, and we'll see where it goes from there. And I would love it if you would come along with me for the ride. So please do me a favor, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and let's get into some nerd stuff. What am I going to talk about right now? What is the pressing matter? Well, people that know me, the two characters as far as comic books go that they associate the most with me, that know me personally, are Spider-Man and the Hulk. Those are my boys. It's my dogs. It's my homies. And of course, it had to happen. You knew it was going to happen sooner or later. They're making Spider-Man gay. Or are they? Actually, there's a little more to it than that. Let's read this article here by Bounding Into Comics. First of all, shout out to Bounding Into Comics, the most legit comics news source on the web today. They are based. I love Bounding Into Comics. I hope you don't mind that I am stealing your article to read on the internet for other people's pleasure. But I do it out of respect and love. Trust me, Bounding, you guys rock. But pardon me. Marvel Comics to introduce new gay Spider-Man variant in upcoming Spider-Verse series. Now let's get into this. We'll read this before I give you my thoughts and opinions on the matter. And a move that should surprise absolutely no one, Marvel Comics is set to introduce yet another LGBT plus character to their dwindling readership, this time in the form of a multiversal Spider-Man variant. As revealed in their recently published September solicits, this new web-slinger is set to debut in the 5th and final issue of Marvel's upcoming Edge of the Spider-Verse miniseries, whose anthology of stories will serve as a prelude to longtime Spider-Man author Dan Slott's previously announced plans to end the concept of the Spider Multiverse and send it out in a blaze of glory. Created by writer Steve Fox, X-Men 92, House of XC22 Quad 459. I'm bad with Roman numerals. Numerals. Freudian slip. And artist Christopher Anka. All new X Factor. Webweaver is described as a not-so-mild-mannered fashion designer at Van Dyne, who gets spider powers and shows us a very different kind of spider slayer. And of course, he's like this on the cover. Of course, he is. Because he's just fantastic. Following the issue's official public reveal, Fox took to his personal Twitter to excitedly confirm, surprise, I had the huge gay honor of helping to co-create Webweaver, who will make his debut in the Edge of the Spider-Verse #5 this September. designed by the one and only Krista Ferenca, cover by Jose Maria Casanovas, with our interior artist to be revealed soon, he added. Alongside his tweet, Fox also shared an image of the issue's aforementioned cover, which, in addition to a spider variant of Kraven the Hunter, known as Hunter Spider, presented readers with their first glimpse at Webweaver. Therein, the hero can be seen wearing a yellow and black costume that features a number of interesting design choices, including a high collar with a ruffle, open flowing sleeves, and heavy eyelashes around the eye ports on his mask. Webweaver is also posed in a somewhat stereotypical fashion. Notably, some fans and major outlets, including CBR and Screen Rant, have taken to referring to Webweaver as Marvel's first gay Spider-Man, the latter outlet even asserting that it's long past time that the LGBTQ+ community gets to be represented there more and more. But is that really the case? The concept of the Spider-Verse is built upon the existence of different variations of Spider-Man, Peter Parker or otherwise, across different universes. While it's possible that the Webweaver is intended to be a version of the actual Wallcrawler, a closer look at the issues solicit hints that this may not be the case, as Marvel specifically refers to him as a very different kind of Spider Slayer. This part sticks out due to the fact that the Spider Slayers were originally portrayed as villains, commissioned by J. Jonah Jameson and built by inventor Spencer Smythe to, slay Spider-Man. In the description saying Webweaver is supposed to be one of them, if so, then wouldn't that mean he's not really analogous to Spider-Man, but rather villains turned hero like Venom or the Prowler? Further, while Webweaver may be the first gay male Spider variant, he's not the first one overall in Marvel history. That would be the Mary Jane Watson of Earth 8545, who made her debut as Spider-Woman in 2003's Exiles Volume 1, number 20, and eventually came to fall in love with the version of Sunfire who was on the Reality Hopping Team's roster. Perhaps I'm not reading the description right, or perhaps there's something else that I'm missing. Regardless, those who want to find out if Webweaver is indeed the first gay Spider-Man can read the comic book when it comes out in September. What do you make of Webweaver? Let us know your thoughts on social media or in the comments down below, or by making a YouTube video. Well, let's take a look at this. First of all, the guy that designed this, he says, something I realized immediately when conceiving Webweaver is that he can't and shouldn't represent all gay men. No single character can. His fearlessly femme identity is central to who he is, but it's not the story, which you can experience for yourself in September. As far as this design goes, it is horrendous. I'm an artist. I love designing comic book characters. I've been designing comic book characters for well over 30 years. I have some very, very bad designs in my history. Yes, I'm not gonna lie. But you have to make crappy designs in order to know how to make good designs. What is this? What is this? Look at these sleeves here. These sleeves and the pop collar. This is something you're gonna wear to like the Met Gala or whatever they do with the X-Men now with the Mutant Gala and stuff like that. That is not a crime-fighting costume. It is not tactical. It is not reasonable. It is way out of line, and I, sir, am offended. And second of all, he says he realized immediately when conceiving Webweaver, he can't and shouldn't represent all gay men. No single character can. And then on the cover, he has the stereotype limp wrist, and he's got the mascara on the eyelashes, and when you hear him talk, I'm sure it's just gonna sound like this. And that's the problem with the way they do gay characters in comics these days, is they're all so damn stereotypical. It's ridiculous. They say they want representation, they say they want diversity, and then they put out the most stereotypical crap there is. You know, out of all of the gay men I know in my life, there are a few that are very feminine, and they do have that. They talk like this, and they're very feminine, and yeah, fine. That's the way they are. but the majority of the gay guys I know are some of the most macho motherfuckers you've ever met in your life. And you know why? Because they're comfortable in their masculinity and in their sexuality. Just because you're homosexual does not mean you are not masculine. If anything, it probably takes more of a man to admit and accept the fact that he's gay, as opposed to a lot of these closeted individuals who claim to be... I'm not going to go down that road right now. Let's just keep talking about Spider-Man. Actually, this guy's response was perfect. It was, the flamboyant gay stereotype is generally insulting to gay people, much like their hood version of Miles Morales' Thor was insulting to black Americans. Marvel has become surprisingly ignorant. Yes, they have, and DC Comics. They are so ignorant, they are so stuck in their own bubble, they have no idea what they're doing. They're causing more harm than good as far as comic fandom goes, and I don't think they realize that. And it's, how can you not realize that when your sales continue to plummet? Your sales drop more and more and more and more and more. People aren't reading your stuff, and it's not just because of the diversity and inclusiveness and everything. It's because you judge people for not liking the crap that you're putting out. Now, you put this out, I'm a lifelong Spider-Man fan. I have no interest in reading this. I don't care that he's gay. He could be quadsexual, octosexual, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's a poor design. I will give them credit on one thing. At least they're not making Peter Parker gay or having somebody come in and take the spot of Peter Parker or Miles Morales as the new gay Spider-Man, a la John Kent, what they did with Superman and everything like that. At least they're somewhat kind of creating an original character, which I will give them credit for, because that's the only way, if you ever want any of this stuff to succeed, is to create original characters that have interesting stories. The fact that the character is gay should not be what the character is all about. It should just be part of who he is, because gay people in real life understand gay is not what they are, it's part of who they are. And these people in this industry just refuse to understand that. And I have no idea how they can be so oblivious to that fact, because they say they're gay. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're just trying to get work and saying, well, that's a whole nother theory. Yeah. Make good comics. Make good characters. Stop taking other characters and gender swapping and sexuality swapping and race swapping and standing on the shoulders of giants. If you have a unique story to tell and you have a good story to tell, people are gonna gravitate towards it. And it doesn't matter if they're straight, white, black, gay, orange, purple, brown, green, vegan. Actually, no, nobody's gonna read a vegan comic. Craven, what are you doing with that movie? Jesus Christ, people. But, like I'm saying, create new characters. So I will give them that. I'll give them that much credit. They're doing something different, at least. It's a different type of character. It's not Spider-Man himself becoming gay. So you're on the right track, but it's taking you way too long to learn this lesson, Marvel Comics and DC Comics. There's a reason that Indiegogo and Kickstarter is kicking the living shit out of you guys, because it's passionate artists creating passionate books, telling passionate stories about stuff that people want to read about. People don't want to be told that they're homophobic or that they're bigots or that they're this, that, or the other because they don't accept your shitty storytelling and crappy art. So get your shit together and start producing good comics, and maybe some comic readers will come back. But you've lost a lot of them. They went to manga, they went to indie comics, and they're probably going to stay there. But having been a lifelong Marvel fan, I do hope they can turn it around. Unfortunately, I just don't see it happening. Thank you for listening to this angry nerd rant about shit again. And like I said, smash that like button, subscribe, share it with your friends, and leave a comment to tell me how wrong I am. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful day. Stay hard.